Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another bite-sized book review. If you have seen any of my previous book reviews, you'll see that I am a sucker for chick lit. So this book might come as a bit of a surprise to some of you. Today I am reviewing, in case you couldn't tell from the thumbnail, The Weekend Away by Sarah Alderson. This is another pre-release and I read it on my Kindle. As you can see, I haven't actually got a physical book here, but I am absolutely loving my Kindle. I have done a review of it in case you're interested. I will leave that listed in the description below. Today I am going to be sharing with you my thoughts on Sarah Alderson's thriller. Totally out of my comfort zone. Now, thrillers aren't really my bag. I must say that things like this can play on my mind a lot, so I tend to avoid them. However, this one didn't play on my mind at all. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm taking it as a good thing because I don't read thrillers for that reason. So, as I said, this is a pre-release. It is out on the 23rd of July. Hopefully this book review will give you an idea of whether it's your kind of thing, whether you want to pop it on your to-read list. The story is told from the point of view of the main character, Orla. She goes on a weekend away, funnily enough, with her best friend Kate, and on a night out, Kate disappears. That happens pretty quickly in the book. We don't get to kind of understand Kate's character very well, but kind of from what I did read about her, I wasn't a massive fan. She was very bossy, defensive, very flippant, selfish, pushy. These are not words you would ever want your friends to describe you as. So yeah, I didn't particularly warm to her as a character, but there isn't a lot of her alive. That's not giving anything away. There's not a lot of her alive in the book, so we don't get to know anything about her other than that. The friendship between Kate and Orla seemed very one-sided, and despite the story sort of telling that they have been friends for years, you wouldn't think it. Also, it's quite an unlikely friendship. They are totally different, and not in a kind of opposites attract way, but in a I cannot see in real life how you would ever be friends. So that bit can be a bit hard to kind of get your head around. There's so much to talk about with this book. And actually, where in previous books I've said I'm not going to give away any spoilers, I'm not going to in this book, but you know what? It's so hard. I really, really would love to speak to anyone who has read this book and we can have a conversation about it, because it's just one of those books that has so many twists and turns to it. It is very fast paced, so much suspense in this book and so much intrigue, and just as you kind of think, oh my god, I figured it out, I know who it is, then the author puts someone else in the picture. It's very, very cleverly done. And you actually don't find out who did it until the very last page. Talk about a big reveal at the end. I am going to give this book 8 out of 10. Despite this not being my typical genre, I actually enjoyed reading something a little bit different. It is a real page turner. Like I said, you don't find out who did it until right at the very last minute. I loved that practically everyone is a suspect. And yeah, it was just a really nice alternative to what I normally read. So next up, I'm going to be going back to my comfort zone. This is another pre-release and it is The Shelf by Helly Acton. I started it and I love the story. It's completely different from any sort of chick lit I've read before. They often follow a similar format, and this is not at all, and there's so much to relate to in it. If you're keen to see what I think about that one, or if you're keen to see just generally more book reviews, product reviews, hopefully some travel, if that sounds good to you, please press that little red button in the corner, one of these corners, and also on my channel, if you press the little bell, you'll be notified when I next upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. As always, it really helps. And I hope to see you again back here next week, where I will have another video for you. Take care. Bye.